Maverick, now considered a good coaster to Cedar Point guests because of bigger and better rides such as Steel Vengeance and Top Thrill 2. But to light enthusiasts and GP, one time Maverick was a top 5 coaster for any roller coaster fan. Let me take you back to 2007 and tell you how this 10 out of 10 coaster is now being overlooked. In the 1980s, TV marketing was everything. You weren't going to scroll on TikTok, see a POV, and plan a day trip for the next week. You'd be watching TVs on a Saturday morning and seeing the tallest or fastest coaster opening at Cedar Point 3 hours down the road, begging your parents to ride Magnum XL 200. But Cedar Point wasn't the only one who wanted this marketing mayhem. The next coaster in the space race was Mean Street. It wasn't as tall, but it was beating all the wooden coaster records. The tallest and fastest wooden is a great marketing tactic, especially in the 80s when wooden coasters were really everything for this demographic. Steel coasters started coming out in the 1950s, and wooden coasters were huge, much bigger than they are today. And the roughness we complain about today was a huge part of Woody's in the past. After these, records kept on breaking. The invert record moved on to Raptor Cedar Point for being the tallest and fastest inverted roller coaster. Weird to see how fast the roller coaster race went in the 2000s. We were getting tallest and fastest blanks in the 1980s at Cedar Point. However, these record-breaking coasters would make an amazing ad. Tallest coaster ever, tallest invert, and tallest wooden would be insane today. Yet again, Cedar Point was dogging. We got Mantis, now known as Rougarou, breaking the standing coaster records. Cedar Fair wasn't the only one who wanted in on this. In 1997, Six Flags Magic Mountain introduced Superman. This coaster was kind of cheating because it had a huge spike and it wasn't a full circuit. In the big old 000, Six Flags was back at it again with the tallest coaster in the world, Goliath. However, less than a year later, in 2000, Millennium Force was introduced to the world. We see a lot of hypers today, but it's still a huge deal when it comes to gigas. The 306 feet tall Intamin was now on top. This got to the tipping point in 2003 with the 420-foot tall Intamin hydraulic launch coaster, Top Thrill Dragster. Some people still said Superman was the tallest coaster, but this not only was taller, but also was a complete circuit. Then, 2 years later, a foot in the door arrived. Six Flags Great Adventure, King Ka. 456 feet tall with commercials like these. We all expected 500 feet next. I mean, it was only 44 feet away. But no, Cedar Point came back with something not bigger, but much better. Maverick. 105 feet tall, less than a quarter of the height, but so much better of a ride experience. This wasn't about bragging rights, but only about the quality of the roller coaster, which is really what this whole game is about. This is why nobody will ever say Superman is the best coaster in the world, because it simply isn't. If you want to be that high up, there is literally a drop tower connected to Superman. But you want to know what you can't do on a drop tower? Beyond vertical drop, and 2 LSM launches, 2 blissful inversions, or airtime that matches Maverick's. What I'm saying is that Maverick was new. It's still a different ride experience than most coasters today. There isn't another model that's like it. The coaster race didn't completely end. In November 2010, Formula Rosa opened and took the speed record. But all we have now is Mean Streak and Raptor records. I don't care if it's the fastest or tallest dive coaster. I just want a good ride now. Top Thrill 2 is the tallest, but we all know Maverick is the best. Unless, Steel Vengeance is better, because then this video sucks. But I haven't earned that yet. But I might be going soon, so, subscribe and bye, guys.